And there is Vito Mielnicki Jr., recent high school graduate. Like a lot of the class of 2020, had that very different graduation, very different senior year, but the pride of West Essex High School in New Jersey. Again, 18 years old, going up against Chris Rollins, who is 30 years of age. Rollins with the reach advantage and the height advantage as well at 6'1". Mielnicki, a very highly regarded prospect, well-regarded and accomplished amateur, 5-0 with 3 knockouts as a professional. Let's go back to the ring and Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, Premier Boxing Champions presents our next attraction in the ring. Introducing our judges scoring from ringside. We have Dr. Lou Moret, Fernando Villarreal, and Zachary Young. All right, fans, here we go. Welterweight to the ring. We're scheduled 6 rounds of boxing. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, hailing from Orange, Virginia. He weighed in at 147.5 pounds. His record stands at 3 wins, 1 defeat, with 2 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the Rocket, Chris Rollins. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white, red, and black trunks, joining us from Roseland, New Jersey. He weighed in at 147.75 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 5 wins, no losses. 3 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the undefeated young boxing phenom, introducing White Magic, Vito Mielnicki Jr. Our referee in charge now to give instructions, we have Jerry Cantu.
Gentlemen, you were given your instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. No rough stuff out there. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
And that is Vito Mielnicki, age 18. They say this is from 2015, which would make young Vito 13, right? Joe, my math is correct?
No, you're right.
He's 5 years old there, right? With Deontay Wilder.
Well, he had a growth spurt, you know?
And we're underway again. 147 amateur wins for Vito Mielnicki. Again, a highly regarded prospect, 4-time National Golden Gloves champion, and now undefeated as a professional, going up against Chris Rollins, who is Rollins, MMA fighter, coming here, limited professional boxing experience, and he has never faced an opponent with a win. So we'll see if he can hold up against young Vito here.
Well, right off the bat, you can tell Rollins is keeping his hands up real good. Now, he said what he wanted to do was he wanted to be really confusing and unorthodox. And you can see that. He switched from right-handed to left-handed. But it's going to take more than that to beat a guy like Vito Mielnicki. He's going to have to put some punches together. He just got hit with a good right hand.
Mielnicki able to land a hook before and then a right hand. Again, fairly conventional and still growing into his body. I mean, who knows what he's going to look like at 21, 22. He's already kind of getting thick, but he's right now at welterweight at 147 pounds. And again, very difficult for him as he was extremely busy, and they wanted to keep Vito busy even during his senior year in high school. And we were telling the stories earlier on Fox. It is something, Joe, that, you know, he's living the high school life, and yet he's fighting on undercards in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand.
Yeah. That's a different life. Yeah, I was roller skating somewhere at 17. You know, I just was yeah, no, he's an overachiever for sure. You know, his father was a tremendous athlete, a great high school and college wrestler. And, you know, so the apple doesn't fall far from the tree here. Very athletic family. And, boy, he's really dedicated and he wants to learn. And I got to talk to them a lot while they were out here. And he's just, he's a good kid that just wants to suck up information. So I see a lot happening for him in the future, for sure.
Yeah, Vito Sr. Has his own gym in Passaic, New Jersey, and they were able to keep Vito in there and keep him safe. Good right hand by Mielnicki on the way in. And once again, Rollins again able to keep himself in this, stay poised against been the highly regarded amateur and now good young prospect in Mielnicki. Final 30 seconds. Lennox, your thoughts on Vito? Again, they're now 18 years old, still a kid. What do you look for in Vito in this fight?
Well, you know, this type of fight for him, he's just looking to gain experience and figure out the guy by himself and see what he needs to do. This first round is just, you know, him testing out the guy, throwing different combinations and seeing what the guy is giving him. Chris Rollins is a guy that has 5 different techniques because he's a UFC fighter. So as far as boxing's concerned,
Skilled, beautifully talented, taking on Abel Ramos. So 4 fights in 5 weeks. We are back, and we're pleased to be back here on FS1 as well. We get a chance to see a kid like Vito Mielnicki Jr. And before we were so rudely interrupted by the break, Lennox, your thoughts again on Mielnicki, and again showing good combinations here. 18-year-old kid. What would you advise him to be doing here tonight?
well, actually, just stepping, working on his job, working on his combination punching, getting a little closer to Chris, and you know, experimenting, throwing some combinations.
Yeah, and as Lennox said that at the end of the first round, Mielnicki did close the gap, had Rollins in the corner and unloaded a nice attack with left hooks from the body into the head and finished with some combinations. And I think he's going to step it up this round and try to take this guy out. Look, you got to look for a knockout. You got a 6-round fight here. He's capable of knocking people out, Mielnicki, and I think he should go for the knockout here or the next round at least.
And Chris Rollins, he's switching from southpaw to orthodox, but he's not really being effective.
No.
He's not doing anything to really keep Mielnicki off. So he's looking good, but he's not being effective with his punches.
With a guy like Rollins in front of you that's not doing a lot, maybe limited in some skills and looking to survive, you got to take a lot more chances and go in there and go for the knockout. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Mielnicki probably wouldn't pay the price for trying to put more pressure on him, unloading on Rollins.
Mielnicki started his professional career with 3 straight knockouts. The last 2 times he's gone the distance, so he's been able to go rounds, but he hasn't lost a round as of yet. Hasn't lost a round here tonight either. You see he's outlanding Chris Rollins by a wide margin. I just love, that's a good hook by Mielnicki, and a good right hand, and Rollins is hurt. Staggered as he goes back to the ropes and looks to hold on. Good veteran move, holding on for dear life and trying to regain his composure. Strong right hand by Mielnicki again. Rollins is clearly hurt.
This is coming
hook and a right hand. Rollins trapped in the corner now. And this, Mielnicki then slips and goes down as the fight is over. That's it.
No way.
Rollins is protesting. Mielnicki fell as Jerry Cantu was stopping the fight.
Yeah, you got pushed back. Look, Rollins is what, protesting that he was getting hurt with every punch in the last 20 seconds there? No.
No, that's why the referee's in there, to save a boxer that may not realize that he's in terrible trouble, but he was. Yeah. I think if the fight would have went on, he would have lost or got knocked out very badly or landed badly. So I think the referee made a good decision there.
Jerry Cantu made a great decision. This is a 6-round fight. This isn't for a world title. You save a guy like that if he gets hurt. He was totally outclassed by Vito Mielnicki, and Jerry Cantu did the right thing.
We're going to step away for a moment. I agree completely with you guys. I mean, he was starting to get really rocked.
Yeah.
And Vito Mielnicki getting a knockout win. We'll take a closer look when we come back. Back at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles, Vito Mielnicki Jr. getting another knockout win. He is up to 6-0 now, back in the knockout column after 2 fights going the distance. Let's go back and see just how nice that right hand was that started all the action here and led to the stoppage in this fight. Early on, you see them trade in the hook toward the back of the head, but it wasn't that. It was, as we're showing you slow here, this right hand at Joe Goose, and he's got a very nice short right hand.
Yeah, look, Vito hit him with that first left hook, and here's where he does the funky chicken right there, and that's when you knew he was really hurt. He lost all sense of balance, And then, of course, the finish, he comes right back with that overhand right over the extended left hand. You don't leave that hand out. Now he starts to look defenseless. He goes back in for the kill here. There's a left hook right hand. Now he's really defenseless, and he starts to unload. Jerry Cantu's thinking about jumping in. And after that punch right there, he said, that's enough. Jerry gave a good push to Vito, and Vito went down for the count.
The first knockdown of the fight for Jerry Cantu. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
That's what.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 19 seconds of round number 2. Our referee in charge, Jerry Cantu, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of knockout. He is still undefeated. White Magic, Vito Mielnicki Jr.
Welcome back to Los Angeles, California, the Microsoft Theater. Hey there, everybody. I am Heidi Andrel, joined now by our winner, Vito Mielnicki Jr. Vito, it was a couple of powerful right hands.
Yeah.
I saw you holding the right hand after the fight. How is it?
No, I'm good. I think I jammed it a little bit, but I'm good. I'm happy I got the win in the bubble. So.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the bubble for a second, because I saw you.
Let's talk about it.
You're ready to talk about it. You're almost out of it, okay?
Yeah.
But this has been a tumultuous 6 months for you. No senior ball, no, a social distanced graduation, training in these circumstances, now fighting in the bubble with different food, etc.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest challenge for you?
The biggest challenge? Not having pancakes on fight day. No. I mean, really, like the training part of camp, really, like having to social distance even from my coach as we're in the gym. Sparring partner, like usually sparring on a Saturday, you'd have a bunch of guys in the gym sparring, real competitive, like having fun. It's really just you, your trainer, your coach, you, your trainer, and your sparring partner. So, I mean, running with a mask, all like just the training, I think, was the most difficult part of quarantine.
Most definitely. And with that said, you are just 18 years old. So do you feel like this experience can only work to your favor? You're having to go through the toughest of circumstances at such a young age. How's that going to help you as your career progresses?
Yeah, I mean, I think adversity just makes everyone stronger. I think it builds you as a person and just builds you with character. So during this time, I think I've matured. I've been working on a lot of things with my coach. And I think this time just helped me heal my body. I was obviously on a streak of fights month after month after month. So I think maybe this was for the better, to get to heal my body, and now I can get right back to work.
It was almost like on cue. Joe Goosen said, he's got to go for the knockout. He's got to take some chances. What did you see that led you to go for the finish there?
Yeah, so I mean, my right hand was landing. Like, I saw it was landing. His jab was real slow. Like, whenever he would even throw, it was real slow. But I knew that this guy, like, obviously, I'm on a different level than him. I felt like that's a guy I should get out of there. So I thought it happened right at the right time.
With that said, then, would you like a step up in competition for your next fight? What's the plan?
So me as an 18-year-old, I'm not our team. We don't want to rush it. I'm still young, so might as well just keep building, keep getting better and better. And then when the time comes, then that's when I'll step up for a real fight.
I think it's very wise, and you've got a great team around you, leading and guiding you. Before I let you go, I have to say, congratulations. You made it through high school.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy it's over with. I mean, I get to just focus mainly on boxing. So, I mean, during the school year, I'd have to go to school. I'd have to go to school right after my morning workouts. Now I'm revolving my whole life around boxing. So I can't wait to dedicate this, and I'm excited for this long journey.